The thing now is, like, you have a lot of schools that do active shooter training, and unfortunately that's become a part of society. There's workplaces that do it, but if you're just going out to eat or to a parade, you know, what do you do in that moment?
You're gonna take me down.
Life-saving skills for the first responder class.
They are not easy.
We came to Oklahoma City because there's a conference that's bringing together police officers, firefighters, and EMTs, and they're working together to figure out what the most effective ways are to respond to an active shooter situation. And that got us wondering, as just average people, if we're in an active shooter situation, what do we do?
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We just hope that it's not you or I or anyone else, but it may be, so we need to know what to do. But I simply just put my belt.
Dr. Bill Worden gave me what could be life-saving information.
Okay, so try to open that door from the outside.
He's an emergency room physician who runs this conference. He also teaches a class helping regular people prepare for an active attack.
I'll stretch my belt out. We teach law enforcement to go to the battle. I mean, they're trained to go in, find the threat, and stop the threat. You or I, as the general public, the teaching there is to get away, avoid the situation.
His most recent class for civilians, after the Highland Park, Illinois 4th of July parade shooting, had close to 900 people log on.
Other ways to deny access is barricade. So in a classroom, maybe the door doesn't lock, but I've got 25 chairs and 25 desks.
While he does teach tactics you may have heard if you've ever taken active shooter training, like how your first step should be looking for an escape route.
And I can put this through.
How you can barricade a door with items like a broom, and if all else fails, defend yourself. But he told me the number one thing he wants people to take away is how we need to think in the real world.
The first thing is don't deny it's happening. The most common mistake that people make is they will hear something that they think is a gunshot, but then their mind will process that into a firework or a lawnmower backfiring or a something. And I think we have to get away from that denial and unfortunately think the bad stuff first, and that this is a gunshot, what do I do?
He says always have a plan, especially when we go somewhere we've never been, like a place to relax where we may let our guard down, like a concert or a restaurant.
I also think about, okay, where have the waiters gone to the kitchen? Because I know there's an exit in the kitchen.
It's a mindset I found to be harder than it sounds. I couldn't tell you one thing about the auditorium we're in. I mean, when you walk into the room, I mean, right now, I guess, if not to put you on the spot, but if we're in that situation, I mean, what are you thinking about?
So there's two doors to our left and right at the top. There's two doors to our bottom, both exits, and then there's a garage door on the far side. So there's 5 ways that I know to get out of this room instantly.
He says it's not being paranoid, but practicing being prepared.
You have to have the mindset that things are going to be okay, but to make them okay, you need to understand what to do if those events occur.
Even though what he teaches can be overwhelming to think about, he says it's important because you never know when an active attack is no longer a what-if scenario.